An Alexander police officer has been charged with manslaughter in the death of another officer. Calvin Salyers turned himself into Arkansas State Police on Wednesday. Hunter Hoagland joining us now in the studio with the very latest in this developing story. Hunter, what do we know about what happened?
Bob, Calvin Salyers was booked yesterday morning and released later that day after posting bond. I talked to his neighbors today who say they can't believe something like this happened in their little neighborhood.
Kind of shocking. Just couldn't believe it, you know. I mean, it's something like that happening.
On June 3rd at 7:12 p.m., gunshots sounded on Evergreen Drive.
I heard a male voice holler several times.
The screams coming from this house where Officer Calvin Salyers lives. Investigators say Officer Scott Hutton drove to Salyers' house to pick up a patrol car, and after knocking on the door, he was shot.
But then I finally spotted the tape that they put up, you know, and I said, nah. Something bad happened.
The affidavit says Salyers told investigators he saw a person on his porch with a gun, not knowing it was his fellow officer. He fired through the door, hitting Hutton in the chest.
I hate to see anybody get hurt, you know, get killed.
Robert Hewitt has lived off Evergreen Drive since 1986. He's never seen as many flashing lights on this street as he did on June 3rd.
It's unusual to have something like that to happen in the neighborhood.
Alexander Training Sergeant Matt Wharton told investigators that Salyers told him when riots broke out in Minneapolis that if protesters came to his residence, he would, quote, shoot through the door.
I hadn't spent much time around him, just maybe half a dozen times I talked to him. He seemed like an all right guy to me.
Ultimately, investigators concluded Salyers acted recklessly and he is now facing charges in the death of his fellow officer.
Salyers has been an officer with the Alexander Police Department since 2017. We reached out to him as well as the department for comment and have not heard back from either. Bob, back to you.
All right, Hunter, thanks very much.